Theirs was a love that would last forever and more. Then, out of the blue, Shruti left Aman. The devastated Aman moved abroad in the hope of forgetting Shruti and to heal. Shruti married Rishabh. Now Aman is back in India and is looking for a fresh start. But he is still haunted by memories of his love. Can he ever break free from it? His head tells him to move on, to find love with Anjali, but his heart won't listen. No matter what he does, Shruti's shadow looms large. Can there ever be a happily ever after for any of them? So this is what the book is about, and it's written from three perspectives. It's written from Aman's point of view, Anjali's point of view, Shruti's point of view. So as the reader reads the book, you get different perspective of. And then the story progresses from there. And I'm not going to tell you how it ends, obviously, because you have to read the book to find out.
Hi everybody, congratulations Preeti. I believe this book has already got off to a rollicking start and it's already selling really well. So congratulations.
Thank you.
I was very excited to come and do this with Preeti because I do know, because I also Google now and then, that Preeti sells the most books out of any woman writer in India that I have been able to find. And so I was like, wow, she must be doing something really right. And I've read a little bit of this book. I haven't read the whole book. I'm looking forward to reading it. But I have a little bit of a prep on it, so I can ask you some questions.
Sure.
So, of course, unrequited love has been around forever.
True.
In the old days, if you fell in love with someone, they broke your heart and it wasn't returned. You could go very far away and shut them out of your life, and go to Africa, or, go to Australia if you were a younger son or whatever. So nowadays, that's not so easy, right? Because the person you love is always popping up in your life.
Absolutely. And I think our social media has a great role to play in that. Because even if you break up, I think, during my time it was really easy. You forget it, don't give them the postal address. And you move off. The only way they can contact you is when they write that letter. Or you have to book that trunk call, And before the TV phone calls came. So you don't give them the number, it's so easy. They're out of your life and you move on. But now it's like really hard because of our Facebook. So you're constantly seeing their pictures, and even if you've broken off with someone, you're constantly seeing reminders. You have mutual friends. It's as though we have it's as though we have completely immersed ourselves in this interconnected web, which is very hard to get out of. And the book deals with that too. Because what happens is Aman, in one of his, when he has completely broken off from Shruti, and for 2 years they have not had contact, but during one of his weak moments, he wants to find her on Facebook. So there's a very interesting passage about that. I'll probably...
Yeah, would you want to read that?
Yeah. So what happens is when you find your ex on a social networking site, you want to know all about them, and that's what Aman is going through. So I'll read this, slightly short passage of how he's trying to find Shruti. I wonder how she is now. I wonder if her husband is good in bed. I realize I'm gritting my teeth even as I think of her with another guy, even though he's her husband. I'm overcome with an urge to know where she is right now and what she is doing. I wonder whether she is happy or sad. She's sure to be on Facebook. She had unfriended and blocked me on the day that she had walked out, and I had no access to her profile anymore. It was painful to at that time to even face it, and I had no desire to stalk her. So I had let it be. But today I cannot let go. So I log into my profile on Facebook. Usually I do not give much thought to this, and I'm slightly derisive of those who are addicted to it. But now I'm grateful for this privacy-stealing, time-draining social monster on which most people seem to spend hours. I type in Shruti Srinivasan. There are hundreds of profiles by that name. I start checking each one. Most of the women have their own photographs as their profile pictures, and so looking at their photos alone, they are easy to eliminate. When I reach the end of the page, I click on Show More Results, and it throws up more Shruti Srinivasans. One of the Shrutis has used a picture of a baby, but it is easy to eliminate her as she has studied in Faizabad. This is not my Shruti. There is another Shruti who has used the picture of a rose as her profile picture, and all the info that is there on her is that she lives in Dhanbad. My heart beats a little faster. I know my Shruti would never use the picture of a red rose as her profile picture, but I just cannot eliminate this one, as my Shruti loved red roses. I go to the profile and check out what she is like. There are only Hindi movies there, and my Shruti couldn't speak a word of Hindi. So I eliminate the red rose Shruti too. And so it goes, and we try to find her, because social media now, there's so much information out there, even if you make it private. And I think that's one of the, can be a plus point as well as a minus point. And so that's how the book, proceeds.
You also said that it's in three people's voices,
Right.
which is also like a very interesting line,
Right.
because you get to see how was that for you? Have you done this before?
No, it was really hard. It was really hard, especially to write from the male point of view.
Yeah.
Because, and I felt very happy today, actually I've got many mails, but today someone publicly has posted on Facebook saying that nobody will say a woman has written it. Hats off, you got the male voice right. So while I was writing it, I had to think so much like a man that I was telling my women friends that, I might start making a positive. Not like thinking so much like a man. And it was like a complete eye-opener. So I'm like, okay, men may not understand women, but I'm sure if anything understood men. I know what men want. So that was, it was really hard to write from three voices.
Yes.
Because Anjali has to sound like Anjali. She can't sound like Shruti. And when Shruti talks, she has to sound like Shruti. So as a writer, I found that really hard.
Actually, that's tougher because two women's voices would be tougher than a male and a female voice.
Right.
A pink voice and a blue voice.
Right.
Then you've got lots of pink voices.
Three voices are
Yeah.
got. And then not only that, the story has to proceed. So if an incident has happened, then how do you take it forward from the next voice? Because you don't want to repeat what had happened. Because you don't want the reader bored.
Yeah.
So that was,
But it was a change in perspective, because that's really interesting, because everyone has their own view of looking at that.
Right.
If an event happens, his way of looking at it, his
Right.
point of view is very different from hers,
Right.
which is also really interesting.
Right. So one of the dilemma I faced was, when I was writing the book, if an incident has happened, should I say it from his point of view and her point of view? But then I realized that would just make it very cumbersome and make the book extremely long. Probably make the book 600 pages instead of whatever. So I said, no, I will not do that. But instead I will tell the story in such a manner that the story proceeds smoothly, but through three eyes, or through three voices. So that's what I have done in this book. And
It's also like, there's a lot of creeps on the internet, huh? I mean, like, what he's doing here is a very simple and sweet level of stalking. But there's a serious amount of psycho.
oh my God, really? I got this message from someone who said that I got a message which shocked me. So he told me I'm just 200 meters away from you. So I'm like, oh my God, because I'm a huge fan. I'm 200 meters away from you. So I'm like, okay, I have a huge Doberman at home. That's why it's very ferocious. I mean, it's very scary when someone stalks you like that online. I've had my share of stalkers. And then I went and checked my Twitter settings and I realized that my Twitter was, because if you don't change it,
Your geographic
it broadcasts here, which I had not realized at that time.
Yeah.
This is a couple of years back, so I become smarter since then.
And is romance better on the internet in the age of Google or earlier? What would you say? I mean, there's different nuances now. Or
Romance is eternal, doesn't change. True. No, but I would say it's easier now. Because you can find actually it's two sides of a coin. It's easier as well as it's harder. It's easier because it's so easy to, change from person to person to person. You're not happy. It's so easy to find your distraction. And then sometimes that leads to breakups. And I would say the greatest cause of breakup nowadays is our WhatsApp last seen it. Last seen it too. Why didn't he message me? You're supposed to be talking to somebody else. Oh, she's last seen it. That means she's online. Who is she talking to? It creates a lot of doubts, creates a lot of insecurities. And it's so easy to flirt online. All you have to do is send some roses, send one heart. You ever have the person going, maybe in the earlier time before Google, you have to actually go and buy a present. You have to buy flowers, and you have to go and give it to her.
The other big hazard on the internet is that your parents are online, yeah?
Yes.
And like, what is that? That's scary as well. Does that show up anywhere?
Yeah, actually it's a very interesting thing about parents in my book. It's a very short passage, so let me read that. And there are a lot of parents I can see in this group, so maybe you will relate to it. there exist some things that give Indian parents great joy. One is the supreme happiness that they derive out of getting their adult children married. The other great joy for Indian parents is feeding their children, stuffing them with food, even when they say they are full. And the third is, of course, sending them for tuitions and telling them